Where my phone at? Hand me my phone, young man. Hey, look, we are the ISUPK. Started out in 1 West 125th Street up there in Harlem, New York. We're all under commanding General Hunter. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. And look, that means more now than ever before. We are not affiliated with any of these other Israelite groups, man. It came out that from an Israelite group, a so-called Israelite group that wears purple, you understand, one of their members just got convicted of murdering another member of their so-called Israelite church. So this is why the ISUPK is not affiliated with any of these other groups. If you're not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth. And look, since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of this Bible. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the true Jews of the Bible, and the white man is, of course, the devil. And look, we're going to talk about Esau's spirit, man. The spirit of the white man that gets him to go in a crowded mall or at a crowded event and just start shooting and murdering people. We're going to get into the spirit of that makes them actually do that. And why do they do that? It goes back to a blessing that they actually got from Isaac, a blessing that Isaac gave to Esau. And look here. And it's been so many terrorist acts on blacks and Hispanics is absolutely ridiculous. And look, the white man always has to have a reason why he murders, as if he just wasn't going to murder because he's angry. And look, and it's a part of his survival. It's a part of his genetic survival to murder the way he does, man. Look, the Hispanics have not done anything to white people. The United States covertly, and it came out in the 80s at the time of Reagan that they were trading guns for crack cocaine to the Contras over there in South America. Absolutely destroyed South America because now they're not growing any of the produce and products that they were growing down there. They're growing cocaine. And all of that cocaine is being shipped right into black neighborhoods all over America, which subsequently made the cartels down there so powerful. They have better mechanized weaponry than the damn government. So you got the cartel running the whole of damn South America, and then you got the people stuck in the middle who just trying to get the hell out of there and raise their family without violence. Like the 12 tribes of Israel don't even have the right to grow up absent drug-infested neighborhoods, man. We don't even have that right. But we saying we have rights as an American. Look. So, of course, we had what? 3 mass shootings. 3 mass shootings. And there's one in particular I wanted to talk about. So give me a second. I'm going to pull up that story, and then we're going to go directly into the Bible and show why the white man is so angry at the 12 tribes. Like, white folks are so angry at black people They got right here in Annapolis, they have the largest Klan organization in the country and in Pennsylvania. Ice, put some ice in there in a cup in the freezer. Stir from the water. One of the largest Klan congregations out there in Annapolis and in Pennsylvania. You got 20 or 30 of them, skinhead organizations, man. And look, why do they hate black people so much? It wasn't us that put them in slavery. It wasn't us that lynched them and murdered them. It wasn't us that put them in death camps. It wasn't us that brutalized them in the street with a badge, murder, shooting the back right on film, and nobody gets arrested for it, no justice for it. It wasn't us that mass incarcerate them. You understand? So what the hell are they mad at black people for? Why does the hate, the absolute hate, why does the hate go on and on generation after generation? You understand? Look, if white folks you understand? I hear a lot about white folks twisting history, and a lot of black people go right along with it. And one of those twisting of histories is that white people died for black people in the Civil War, and this is absolutely ridiculous and wrong. White people never died for black people. White people never had any empathy for black people as to free them or fight to free us from slavery and oppression. And walked in a black church of 9 members and murdered them outright, indiscriminately.
That's right.
Old women, old men, women, children, didn't matter. This current shooter walks into a Hispanic, mostly Hispanic Walmart, murdering, shooting, murdering kids, murdering women. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you have a hoodie on or a suit and tie on. He went in there murdering. His intent was to kill, to take out, to erase. That was his intent. Not because no one did anything. So this young boy was from 9 hours away in another part of Texas, a upper scale, upper middle class neighborhood, man. Hispanics ain't never do a damn thing to him but cut his damn grass, clean his damn house. You understand? But he felt the need that, and the reason why he said it was the infiltration and the mixing of culture that would kill white culture. What the hell is white culture? Along with culture comes music, comes identity. What music has white people ever created? White people have stole the culture of everybody else on earth. White folks don't have a culture. Let me pull that up, man. And we gonna get Esau when he got the blessing from Isaac. We gonna get that, and we gonna go into Obadiah. We gonna understand the rage of this white man and why he murders us generation after generation, and why he just can't seem to stop. I mean, they're hurting black people. Look, we on the bottom. We on the bottom of every society they have. They own the world. They own every corporation in it. Businesses, big, small. The World Bank, white people own it. The conglomerates of criminals, they're able to rape everybody's resources all around the world. What the hell are they mad for? What are they mad for? And that's why we gotta get to the root of this, because black people, we out here voting for the least racist white man. Donald Trump is good for black people as it pertains to waking us the hell up. We like covert racism, racism that's underground, that don't hurt our feelings. We don't like for our feelings to be hurt. Trump said, go back to your home country. Trump said, Baltimore is rat infested. Grow some balls, black people. Grow some goddamn nuts, man. You understand me? Grow a pair. Trump said this, Trump said that. But because Biden will tell you, oh, we want change. Because Clinton will tell you, oh, we want change. Play the saxophone, put on some dark glasses. And we think he down. We go build a wax statue of him because we like covert racism. Clinton mass incarcerated everybody. Black boys, man, black young boys didn't even grow up with fathers in the 90s. It was like rare to see a black father, completely rare. You got that scripture?
You want his birth, or you want the?
Give me the when he blessed him. After Jacob came with subtlety, right after that, when Esau came back trying to get his blessing, and Jacob had already given it. Isaac had already given it to Jacob. Give me that part where he sought after it with tears. Like a white man always in his feelings, always tears. They taking our culture, they taking something from, look, nobody has taken anything from white people. White people have taken everything. Everything. Look, we're going to read that out the Bible too. Like, what type of thief would take everything and come back and keep taking until he take your very life? That's in the Bible about white people too. We gonna read. Matter of fact, we're gonna get all of Obadiah. We're gonna start from the beginning. We're gonna read about what the white man has done and why he deserves destruction. Look, but this is a history class, man. And we're gonna go back a little bit on these mass shootings, man. Because the white man is so angry. Everybody is doing everything to white people. White people's feelings are hurting because black people they keep kneeling at football games and they won't respect the troops. And, you know, what else? What else white people mad about? Claim they mad about? I don't know. Go ahead,
We're mad at the fact that we got melanin and they don't. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters organs come out missing.
How about that? That's right. They steal our damn organs, man. How many black women missing? 40,000 in the United States, man. Being found with their chest cut open and their organs gone, the brain gone, the damn heart gone, the lungs gone, the kidneys gone. It's absolutely insane, man. Like, what the hell are white folks so mad about that they got to go up into a Walmart? What's going on with you, Al? That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, that's what's up. That's a beautiful thing, brother. And look, let's find out about the white man's blessing, where it comes from, why he likes to kill. You got that scripture?
Um,
You got me yet?
yeah, I got it. Genesis 27 and 34.
A little louder.
Genesis 27 and 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
Look, Esau is now angry right here because Jacob came with subtlety and got Isaac to give him the blessings instead of Esau. And this was ordained by the Lord. The Lord told Rebekah to go and do this. This was ordained. Oh, lie, not right now. This was ordained. And Esau came back. Once Esau came back to get his blessing, and Isaac told him that he had already given it to his brother, he kept begging his father with tears. Begging. The Bible says that children would rule over us. The white man's a child. His emotions are childish. They're childish emotions. That's why he murders. If he's being bullied, he'll murder. Black people are bullied every day. Our entire race is being bullied by a damn schoolyard bully who is the white man. And this is the thing about white America that we don't understand. White America has us in captivity. They don't have to care about our humanity at all. They are not responsible for the destroyed state that we are in. They will not take responsibility for it. Why? Because our leaders allowed them to do it. So the white man can murder us by proxy whenever the hell he wants. He can put on a badge, murder us on camera, shoot us in the back, choke us until we are dead. How do you choke a man until he is dead and it not be found to be first-degree murder? All you had to do was let go at any time. When you felt him stop breathing, you could have let go. That's first-degree murder. A child, an idiot, understands that. But white people are so unjust and so childish in what they want. Come on, keep reading, bro.
One time. And said unto his father, bless me, even me also, oh my father.
Emotional, whining, a child. Go ahead.
And he said, thy brother came with subtlety.
Thy brother came with subtlety. Thy brother came and already got that blessing. And that was ordained by the Lord. Go ahead.
And have taken away thy blessing.
Have taken away thy blessing. Go ahead.
And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?
Like the white man cannot take an L. Donald Trump cannot take an L. That's why whenever he's called out on his racism, he simply escalates it. He escalates it, and he will say something about somebody else to deflect the racism that he just put out there. Not dealing with the fact that he's just an absolute racist. He can't do that. He can't take a L. Can't. Come on out.
And Genesis 27 and 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord.
Thy what?
Thy Lord.
Thy Lord. I have made your brother your Lord. Now go ahead.
And all his brethren have I given him for servants.
I can sit it down there. I get it. I appreciate it. My man, glorious brother, man. Very humble brother. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
And all his brethren have I given him to serve for servants.
Look, he gave Jacob, he gave Esau as a servant to his brother. But Esau couldn't accept that. He kept whining and turning red and his neck turning orange like Donald Trump. You know, he just kept whining like a little girl, man, like a child, like a 2-year-old. Go ahead,
And with corn and with wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
Go ahead.
Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, oh my father. And Esau lifted up his voice,
begging, can't take a loss, begging, on and on and on, begging his father, a grown man. This is a grown man begging and begging because the white man cannot take an L. He cannot take the punishment for his crimes. He can't take that either. You understand? He cannot take a look to allow black people to surpass him. He can't do it. Look, understand something. During the Civil War, when Lincoln was making a decision on how he was going to go about dealing with the question of slavery, Lincoln said, and I quote, I would not free one slave if I could save the Union without doing so. His intention was never to free slaves out of empathy. He had to do it because commerce was changing. The North was industrializing. That's the only reason why he did that. And to know that this is absolutely true, when it came to freeing and emancipating the slaves, and you can take this with the Emancipation Proclamation, he only freed the slaves that were in states that had already succeeded from the Union. He had no power to even say free them because those states had pulled back out of the Union. He only said that so the engine behind the South would be lost, so that if the slaves could get out of the South and over to the North, he would take their power of manufacturing, weaponry, clothes, food away from the South. It had nothing to do with freeing black people out of empathy. Understand that. The narrative at the time was that if the black man is forced to go out into society and compete with the white man on a equal level, that the white man would outpace him and the black man would fall away and die. That was the whole narrative. But the exact opposite happened. You understand that? We started building cities all over America. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, Detroit, Chicago, New York. We started building all of these cities, and white folks became absolutely outraged. You understand? But they had to come up with something as a reason why they went absolutely ape and murdered everybody in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They could not stand black people wearing suits, going to work, having businesses. They could not stand black people becoming more prosperous than them. So they came up with one black man had touched a white woman. So they murdered everybody. Children, babies, toddlers, everybody. Even if it was the action of one man, they murdered everybody. And not only did they do that, they looted the city. We own banks, bruh. They went into the vaults and emptied them and have never paid back that money to black folks, man. That was money that black folks had worked for. But the white man was so incensed at black people coming up and getting up above him, he could not stand it, and they learned from that. They learned from that. And that's why they've kept their boot on our necks the entire time after. We're not able to build cities anymore. We're not able to build towns and communities anymore because we're integrated and we have no power. The white man always has to come up with some type of small reason as to why he massacres, genocides, and murders us. It's a ridiculous reason. Salaki. It's a ridiculous reason, but he has to come up with something so he doesn't look like a complete animal. Because if he does it for no reason, then he's a complete off the chain animal. But he does do it for no damn reason. He walked in that Hispanic Walmart and murdered men, women, children for no damn reason. There was a mother that had a toddler 3 years old, protecting it with her body. He riddled her body with bullets trying to get to that child. The Lord made it so that that child survived. The white man's the devil, huh? Read on.
Genesis 27:39. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above.
Go ahead.
Verse 40. And by the sword shalt thou live.
By the what?
By the sword shalt thou live.
By the what?
By the sword shalt thou live.
By the sword shall thy live. The white man has obtained all of his treasure, his riches, by the sword. He does not negotiate in the Middle East for oil. He goes with the sword and takes what he wants. He does not negotiate with black people. He does not take our situation into account, our feelings into account, our well-being into account. He puts us in public housing and projects and he saturates it with dope. You got something, man?
Everything that Esau has ever gotten has been by murder and war.
Mm-hmm.
He steals, he rapes, he robs. Everything that he has is from the riches and the spoils of war and murder. That's just the spirit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is a blessing that he got. He couldn't get the blessing of a righteous man. So Isaac gave him the blessing of a savage, of an animal that goes around and murders and kills everybody unrighteously to strip the world of its resources. So much the greed and the insatiable want is so heavy and deep inside white people that they will destroy the earth to have dominion. Like they will kill all the fish, poison the air, poison the water, destroy and strip the ozone so they can have power and dominion in the earth. It doesn't matter what it does to anybody else. They don't respect anybody else's humanity. They just don't. Read on out.
And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke.
That thou shalt break his yoke. This happened. The white man broke his yoke. When did it happen? Matazabah? You want to answer it?
You said when did Esau break Jacob's yoke?
Yes, sir.
That's when that talking about 70 AD
Not when Rome came in and destroyed and put an end to Israel. We talking years later. So what happened after that? Europe called it the Dark Ages, right? The Dark Ages. Well. Wait a minute. You can't say rule the earth. You can say we loosely ruled Europe at that time because we wasn't all the way right. We wasn't following the laws right. It wasn't no kingdom of heaven or anything like this. But we did have Esau in subjugation. All right, we was warring against each other and doing a lot of different things that wasn't right. But after Europe caused the Dark Ages, what happened after the Dark Ages?
Pretty much after the Dark Ages,
How did the Dark Ages end? It was something in specific. Something came about. You was just talking about it. They started whitewashing the saints, the paintings, the Bible. What was that time called? The Renaissance. There you go. Get it, brother, a hand. The Renaissance. That's right, brother. The Renaissance is when he broke the yoke of his brother. And you know, white people, I got you. White people being white people, they not only whitewashed the paintings of the saints, but they went into history and started changing things altogether and making even learning the history illegal. Man, look, go out there and watch the 12 tribe breakdown that Kakazai put out there. It's absolutely amazing. Like, we don't need another 12 tribe breakdown after this. This is the knowledge he brought out, man, is absolutely insane. Look, the white man covertly, actively makes learning about the 12 tribes of Israel illegal. He does not want us knowing our true origins. He does not want us knowing our culture because we will get up so high above him and he's so afraid that we'll treat him like we were treated. Go ahead, Adam.
Kind of as the brother had brought out about the Renaissance era, what the Renaissance era was, the rebirth of the white man through his art and his twisting of history and times.
Yes, sir.
So basically, that was him trying to bring himself up out of the condition where he was once a servant. Now he's on top by presenting himself as God and Christ and all the historical figures and everybody prominent on the earth at that time.
And was vicious with it. Vicious with his murder and his campaign of genocide. There's not a continent on this earth that white people have not done genocide on. Not one. Not one. So when you talk about the murderer, the true murderer, like white people can change history all they want. Everybody knows you. We know who you are. What we know about the El Paso shooting, 22 people were killed, dozens injured in a shooting in a Walmart and parking lot near an El Paso, Texas shopping mall Saturday. The white male suspect has been identified as Patrick Crucesus, 21. He was taken into custody without incident. There you go, without incident. How does one go into a crowded mall, murder women, children, everybody, and then walk out unharmed in custody? White police officers have empathy for white genocidal maniac mass shooters. They have empathy. They understand. They understand why he did that. It's about genetic survival. It's about the yearning and the need inside to murder and to harm and to hurt. Those white police officers understand that. So if he put that gun down, they're going to allow him to do that. Now, anybody else that did all of that carnage and murder, they murder, man. Look, the last mass shooting, it was a white man too, but a black security guard subdued him. The police came in, they said, he's the security guard, he's not the shooter. They murdered him on sight because he had a gun and he was a security. You know what? Security was written on his damn shirt, but they murdered him on sight. Because they can't understand why a black man would be mad at his slavery, his subjugation, the trauma and tragedy that he has to deal with in life. All the hell we know is tragedy. I mean, goddamn, my daddy dead, my brother dead, my friends dead, in jail. Tragedy. But we don't even look at it as tragedy. We look at it as life. Why the hell are they mad? These mass shooters, school shooters, they live in nice middle-class neighborhoods. Everything they could ever want growing up. They read something and are angry at something they read. This is going to take over our culture. This is going to destroy our way of life. And white police officers sympathize and understand. That's why they bought Dylan Roof some damn food and let him chill after he murdered 9 black people on their damn knees, man. We finish this off real quick. That at least 22 people were hospitalized. So you got 20 some people dead. You got 20 people hospitalized with all kinds of injuries because you went in there indiscriminately, unempathetically, unemotionally, monstrously, and murdered and fulfilled Look, white people got to scratch that itch. They got to scratch that itch. Like this sucker drove 9 hours. 9 hours. The entire time in his mind, he had murder and sedition. Look, you had 9 hours to say, man, this ain't a good idea. Man, maybe this ain't a good. These people ain't done nothing to me. Damn. You know, you got Miss you got Hector who cuts my grass. You know, he not such a bad guy. You know, you got Anna, she cleans my house. She's a good lady. She not that bad. 9 hours? And at that point, you couldn't turn around and say, you know, and this is what pisses me off for real, that he went out there supposedly on a suicide run, but when it was his turn to die, he put that gun down. He put them bullets and everybody, watch them hurt, watch them bullets corrupt the flesh of everybody he pointed that rifle at. They were screaming, they were hurting, they were dying. He watched it. He pumped bullets into them like they were animals. And when it came time to get one pump into him, he put his hands up. He didn't want to die. And you know what? The police said, your life is more important. Come on, Matata.
Like he tweeted that surrender is worse than death.
Woo!
That was his whole mission.
Surrender is worse than death.
Meaning he was supposed to die. He was supposed to die in blaze of fire. But when it came down to it, he folded because he's a coward. You know what I'm saying?
A coward from the start. A coward. A coward. I'm going to die because my mission is so strong and so godly that I'm going to go out here, hurt, kill, destroy the families, and murder the people. I'm going to die. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm white. I'm middle class. I'm like you. They didn't pull a trigger, but so quick to pull the trigger when it's us. That tells you everything we need to know about the mentality of white people. Go ahead.
And like the point that you had brought out, that he drove for 9 hours. That is premeditated murder and planning. He's on a mission to do murder. So he predestinated his route. He went ahead and thought about what he was going to do. He drove 9 hours to do it, and then he done it. That's pre-planned, premeditated murder. But when the court system brings up his case, they are not going to put that into accountability to where he needs to be put into where he needs to be put to death or get the death penalty for that.
Right. I'd be very surprised if he got the death penalty. But this is what they're saying. Prosecutors are pursuing a civil rights hate crime investigation and domestic terrorism charges. The white man is the terrorist. The only terrorist in America. The only proven terrorist. White America has terrorized blacks and Hispanics for the past 400 years. That is undeniable. It cannot be denied or refuted. Check online and see if anybody got any questions. Prosecutors in El Paso, Texas will seek the death penalty for the man suspected of killing 20 people and injuring more than 24 others. U.S. Attorney John Bash said they will pursue a criminal investigation a civil rights hate crime investigation, and domestic terrorism charges against the suspect who was identified as 22-year-old Patrick Crucisis. What an upstanding citizen, Patrick. You know what? He'll be a hero to white skinhead KKK supremacist groups. He'll be a hero to them. He'll be a hero. He's a hero to Donald Trump. He just can't say it. All right, let's finish up that scripture.
Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob.
Esau hated Jacob. Esau hated Jacob for something the Lord ordained and had given Jacob. Go ahead, huh?
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Well, the white man is so jealous and he can't take an L. It always turns to hate and violence. This is the underlying genetic, deeply intimate, interned mental state of white America. This is what they are. Hateful at the core. Go ahead.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
It always comes to, I will slay you, murder you, hurt you. That's the point. That's always the point with white people. I'll murder you. I'll have it, my pound of flesh. I'll have it all. Like, white people aren't just satisfied with the murder by proxy that the government does, putting dope in black communities. They're not satisfied with that. They have to get their hands wet. They have to see the bullet corrupt the body. They have to see the blood fall forth on the concrete. Go ahead, Adam.
First Genesis 27 and 42. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee.
Look, Rebekah understood when Esau came out of her womb, when she pulled that abomination out of her, she knew that something wasn't right with it. She had no problem going along with the Lord saying. She knew that that thing that offended the Son could not rule because something was off about him. Something was off about him. Rebekah understood that. Look, Jacob said, my father will curse me if he catch me. Rebekah said, let the curse be upon me. Let it be upon me, because a mother knows her son, man. That abomination that came out of her, she understood could not rule. And that was a righteous thing that Rebekah did. That was a righteous thing, man. Rebekah was dealing with the Lord. She was dealing with the Lord, man. And even though Isaac loved Esau because Isaac was blinded. He was blinded by the violence of that white man. That white man go out and kill everything, bring him back food. He loved to eat it. He was blinded by who that white man really was, but Rebecca understood. Being his mother, she knew the intimacy. She watched him grow, and she knew something wasn't right. Rebecca followed the Lord, man. Let's get Obadiah. Let's get Obadiah, man. Get Obadiah. We can go back into the history of some of these school shootings, but it's all the damn same. It's all the damn same. It's a murderous tirade by white people making up something to commit the murder that they already want to commit anyway. Ain't no excuse for that, man. It ain't never no excuse for putting bullets in 3-year-olds, man. What the hell is that, man? What type of human being would do that? No excuse for that. And it's not mental illness. They come up with that too. It is not mental illness. It's a murderous, ravenous spirit, man. Get me Obadiah. Yeah, let's break it down.
Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Edom.
Edom is the white man. The white man comes and springs forth from the man we just talked about, who is Esau. And we won't get into who he is, how he thinks, how he moves, what he's done in history. Come on out.
We had heard a rumor from the Lord and an ambassador.
Salaki, 1 second. Matazabah. Get me Salaki. Kill. Appreciate it. A little under. Put some ice in it. Go ahead, read that over.
We had heard a rumor from the Lord and an ambassador is set among the heathen.
An ambassador is sick amongst the heathen. This happened, man. This physically happened. This is a prophecy that came true. This ambassador was sent amongst the heathen, and the ambassador had some information. We're going to bring out who that ambassador is, man. Hold on. An ambassador was sent amongst the heathen. Give me a second, let me bring it up on my phone. An ambassador, man. This ambassador was named Gabal Adel Nassar. And we're going to read real quick what this ambassador amongst the heathen had to say. You understand? He said, the Europeans claiming to be Jews, and here it is, this is a snippet of the speech that he had. Now this was televised live, man. This is an ambassador amongst the heathen. He's the president of Egypt. He was a progressive man. Like everybody in Egypt still to this day still talk about this man. He was a leader, an ambassador to the world from Egypt. This is his words. The Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. And he goes on more to expose the so-called Jewish man who is, I got the ice right there. The water, I appreciate it. he goes on to expose the Jewish white man who is the Israelis who had taken over Palestine. They had robbed Palestine, taken the resources, the best places in Palestine, usurped the businesses of the Palestinians, and said that this was scriptural, that this land belonged to them. You understand? This was not scriptural because I haven't seen Christ. Anybody seen that nigga? I ain't seen him. I ain't seen that nigga. Look, Christ is supposed to be back. We are to study more, war no more. That's what the scriptures say when the real Jews enter the land. But this ambassador amongst the heathens, this Gamel Adel Nassar, he has the records and he understands who the true Jews of the Bible are. So let's read on. The Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. The late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television, "You, the Jews, the Jewish man, will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black but came back white." This is an ambassador amongst the heathen. This is absolute history, is absolute truth. And why are the Arabs saying that the true Jews left here black and came back white? Is because they still have the records. They weren't conquered by the white man. Their records are intact. They know that in the time of Muhammad, that the true Jews were black. They have the records. They have the scrolls. And they know that these Europeans coming over in Palestine, claiming to be the true Jews of the Bible, are liars and usurpers. They understood that. This ambassador that came amongst the heathen, that right there shows us that we in the last days, brother. We in the last days. Read on.
An ambassador is sent among the heathens. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Arise ye. Look, these heathens was rising up, man. They was rising up against the so-called white man, rising up to battle, man. They knew who the true Jews of the Bible were, man. Read on.
Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I had made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Look, man, we are absolutely small amongst the heathen and greatly despised. Even though we are the victims of white supremacy, white aggression, every nation hates us and despises our ways. Because this is something that was ordained by the Lord, man. That if we did not follow him, that if we did not walk in his ways, walk in the ways of Christ, walk in the ways of the Lord, the same spirit that he gave to Adam, the same breath of life that he gave to Adam, that Adam taught Noah, and generation after generation until Moses wrote it down. The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, we did not follow those. And because of that, we have been made small amongst the heathen. We have been made small amongst people that are small. That's what we don't understand. Read on out.
Come on, God. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, that thou dwellest in the cleft of the rock.
The pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Look, the white man does not believe or think that he has to pay for any of the carnage that he's done to the 12 tribes of Israel. He does not think he's responsible for any of it. If you talk to white people, they'll say, that was a long time ago. That was our ancestors. There's nobody alive today that did any of that. That's a lie. That's a lie. You are responsible. You are currently and outwardly benefiting from the carnage of your mothers and your fathers. And moreover, I got you out. And moreover, you continue the carnage. Look, white people act so innocent, but they are the jurors that will convict you and know there's no evidence to convict you. During that whole mass incarceration era, there's 30% of black people who did not ever even commit a crime, but was convicted. Because white people convict us because of who we are, not of what we've done. The unrighteousness moves on and on. Look. Oh, you had something, Mike? Go ahead.
Yeah, you brought out a beautiful point. You know, of all the things that they did to us, you know, we got our so-called black leaders and pastors and preachers telling us, and especially white people, oh, that happened a long time ago. You should forget that happened so long. But the Lord in Deuteronomy 32 and 7 said, remember the days of old.
Mm-hmm.
Ask thy father, and he shall tell thee. Ask thy elders, and they shall teach thee.
That's a very important point, because the Lord ain't fooled by that rhetoric, and we're gonna get to that. Cat McCard made a song about it. Prepare slaughter for his children. Look, his children is living off of the barbarity of what this animal has done, and the children carry it on. They are the jurors. They are the police who beat and hunt and arrest and murder black people. You understand that? They are the lawyers, the judges that convict, the lawyers that put black people in a trick bag. You hire a lawyer, he'll put you in a trick bag, man. He'll put you in a trick bag because he want to get one of his white clients off. He'll give you up. He'll give you up. One of the prosecutors will say, okay, you give him up, and then you can get him all free. Look, there's no justice in this system. There's no true justice, man. We can never get justice from voting or dealing with these people on a level of fairness. We're never gonna get that, man. We have to deal with each other with integrity. And once we do that, once we deal with each other with compassion and integrity and become powerful, then we can deal with them like we need to deal with them. You got something out?
I know with white people, they always say that they didn't do the crimes of their father. But I always ask them, like, if racism was a crime of your father, why is it still racism on earth if your father's dead? And what they do is they make it seem like we're the racists. They make it seem like black people are the racists.
Mm-hmm.
They make it seem like black people are the problem because we can't get over what happened to us. So they're not racist no more. Black people is.
I got you. I got you. So, black people being the racists who have no power at all to affect their lives at all should not complain about what they're doing to us. So we should sit back, never say anything about the subjugation, the murder, the barbarism and genocide that they've done to us. That is keep going, moving forward. I got to move forward. I move forward. Come on, let's keep reading in Obadiah.
Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, that thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Thou dwellest in the cliff of the rock. The white man loved dwelling in the cliff of the rock up high. He would bring his food up there, eat his raw meat, and defecate, and urinate, all back there where he ate, because he was the caveman. The caveman who didn't wash, who died of plague. You understand? We had to teach him how to bathe and teach him how to live before he crawled out of the Caucasus Mountains, man. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
His habitation is high. If you walk out there and catch any building, the white man lives on the top of that building. Let me see that peace sign. That's getting more and more the piece of you has. Just a slice, some good. Wow. That's what's up. Go ahead.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who shall bring me down? Look, white people don't have to worry about our humanity. They don't have to worry about our pain. They know that we'll march for 2 days and we'll forget about it. They don't have to take into account that there'll be any pushback on the evil that they do, because we are such homeborn slaves. We even react the way white people tell us to react. March. Have your voice heard. Vote. We've been voting for 60 years. Voting never changed a damn thing, and it never will. You understand? Every candidate that comes into office, that's voted into office, he is a part of white supremacy. He enacts white supremacy for white people. It does not matter who we vote into office. It will never change the reality of black life. That's why voting is just a distraction. We need to get off of that. Get out of this political mindset and move to join together, deal with each other in an empathetic and apologetic way, man. We got to deal with each other righteously because nobody else does. That's the point. Come on now.
Obadiah 1 and 4. So thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
As the what?
As the eagle.
Damn eagle. Damn eagle, man. The white man say when he landed on the moon and planted his flag, the eagle has landed. The sigil of Rome was the eagle. America, the bald eagle, always represented, the white races and white nations are mostly always represented by the eagle. The eagle is a predator. Don't matter what he catches and what he eats. It's not personal. It's about survival. One of the founding fathers, Ben Franklin, he wanted to have the turkey. They said, hell no. We're going to have the bald eagle. This is biblical. This is scriptural, man. He exalts himself as the eagle. Go ahead.
And thou set thy nest among the stars.
Wow. He set his nest upon the stars. He planted that flag. He lived in space stations out there, man. Studying the vacuum of space on how he might be able to confront the Most High, confront Christ when they come for his kingdom, his dominion. Like the white man is so arrogant, he think he can actually win. The Most High is going to destroy that kingdom in an hour. Go ahead, now.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
The Lord said, I will bring you down. And the reason why is because the white man is so wicked and so arrogantly murderous that allowed to continue and remain in power unchecked, he will eventually destroy the earth. Every animal will be extinct. An animal goes extinct every month. It's either an insect. Look, he has all types of conservation efforts. He murders all the whales, and then when the population gets low, he say, well, I want to save the whales. After he's murdered all the whales. And then he increases the population of the whales, and then he murders them all down again. Like, the white man is not a steward of the earth. He takes the crustaceans, the crabs, the lobsters, the clams out of the water to be able to filter to the water, and he makes those a delicacy. So now you have every country on earth harvesting the ocean for the things that keep the ocean clean. So what happens? Now you have sharks and big animals and top predators dying because you have crustaceans that are being removed. The cycle of life, the earth will be destroyed if the white man is allowed to continue into power. Go ahead.
And also, beautiful point that you brought out, because they take all the clams, the lobster fish, the bottom feeders, the shrimp, crab, lobster out of the ocean, you have an overabundance of growing algae, which sucks the oxygen out of the water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not only that, so like the fertilizer that they use, the chemical inorganic fertilizer that they use to grow the food and poison every damn body runs off into the ocean. And when that happens, it makes the algae grow at an abnormal rate. And it cuts off the photogenesis. And what happens is the cycle of life is interrupted. And everything starts to die. You got entire sections of the sea that are completely dead and have nothing but jellyfish in them. Nothing but jellyfish. Because the plankton can't grow. If the plankton cannot grow, the animals cannot feed off the plankton. You have whales that feed off of plankton. Everything does. If the plankton dies, because the damn seaweed is overgrowing everything and the sun can't get through, look. So I shouldn't try to eat that for you. That pizza was looking too damn good. So like it. Look. Where we at? 841. Look. The Lord created nature in order for it to continue the cycle of life. The Lord said, renew the earth and subdue it, meaning that we are the stewards of the earth. The white man is not the steward of the earth. He deals with emotion and want and need. So if he wants a black rhino horn, he's going to kill all the black rhinos just for that horn. He's going to let the meat rot in the damn sun. He's going to get the horns so that he can get the money. This is what we don't understand. We are the true stewards of the earth. If we don't come back in power, everybody, man. Because the earth can't sustain itself from a bully that is taking and killing everything on it. The earth has to be maintained. The Lord said to subdue it, have mastery over it, understand nature, understand how it works. Let the animals do what they do. Let sea turtles do what they do. Don't eat the damn sea turtles, man. They're reptiles. You're not supposed to eat them. Why? Because they have a function in nature. Don't eat the sharks. The sharks clean the ocean. Don't eat the shrimp. The shrimp eat the poop in the ocean. A goddamn whale, goddamn, think about the poop of a whale. How much must a poop weigh? 1/3 of a whale, brother. Look, it got to be about 2 tons per turd. The shrimps got to eat that, bruh, or everything in the ocean becomes toxic. I'm gonna turn the class over to Precinct Officer Cabal. The white man is the devil. Whoa. Anybody got any questions? Look online just to make sure they do. Nobody?
These are the security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Home, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shape themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. This is the 6-month to 1 year rule. It is not to be broken, or you will be facing counsel or kicked out. This is very, very important to keep. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, and is pronounced ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, which is the Day of Atonement, which is in October, which is in late October. Remind Akim and Aquathine to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we are going to give a one courtesy salute to the teacher, Amadium. So I'll turn and face the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shabarakatah, Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.